in making the electoral process seamless and easy. He also answers the question of what went wrong with INEC and the way that it can be corrected. This is a conversation you want to listen to.
You could look at Namibia. You could look at Kenya. In fact, majority of these African countries are even using blockchain technology in transmitting their results. So I don't want to now talk about the European countries who are using electronic, and you'll be seeing the real-time results as people are voting, not even counting. As people are voting, it will just be populating on the dashboard and everyone could see it. So, yeah.
So the question is, what went wrong with Nigeria? Why were we not able to get it done?
The integrity of the result collation process is critical to the overall success and credibility of election. And it will produce credible election result if it is carried out in a transparent and well-regulated manner. Well, I'll say that it is innovative to the Nigerian government and the Independent National Electoral Commission to even think of electronic transmission of results. Because this is because the Independent National Electoral Commission, they have consistently sought to use technology to improve the credibility and safety of Nigeria's electoral process over the last 3 electoral cycles. So already they outlined 4 steps to full electronic processes, which includes 1, robust biometric registers of voters, electronic database of voters, 2, full electronic accreditation of voters, 3, electronic balloting, and 4, the electronic transmission. So I'm not sure how they were properly informed, because if you look at these 4 segments, but we have not seen the full implementation of it. And if you place them in a scale of priority, I think the first 3 should have been done before we now start talking about electronic transmission. The nature of the collation or the nature of the transmission. If you are using a device, what stops you from building a software that people can vote directly on the device rather than coming to do paper counting, coming to do counting 1 to PDP? No. Then when you now look at the IRF that they talked about, and you look at the nature or the structure it is, and I'm now asking, Nigerians, we have tech savvy everywhere. We can do better than this. We can build dashboards in between and to see how all of these things can be transmitted. This has nothing to do with AI. And that's boiled down to the credibility of the data itself, how the data that sits within them, how they actually gather this data. Because if you say 93.3% registered, then if I should dial back to last election, the number that they gave us, the first question I'll ask is it that things get into the database and numbers cannot leave the database? Because in 2015, we have 67.42 million Nigerians registered. In 2019, we have 84 million voters. And in 2023, 93 point something. So a difference of 10.46 million people from last year, and we still have low turnout. And technology did not help, because technology is meant to make processes simple. Now, the question is, where did we get it wrong? We got it wrong first, looking at failure to look at the end-to-end process of testing the beavers, doing the load balancing, creating alternative ways, because obviously it shows that people may not trust the process again, since if technology will be implemented and it will not be uploaded for real-time analysis. So this goes beyond what people are seeing, and we have to speak to the data that they use, which is key here.
So talk to us about the importance of data in election, using Nigeria as a case study.
First, the importance of data cannot be overemphasized. And if technology needs to work, then we have to get the data right. And also, if we want to apply AI, first is the unit, which is data. Now, credible data can help the country to manage their information. The data that sits within INEC should possess 7 characteristics: accurate, completeness, consistency, timelessness, validity, and it must be unique. If you say 93 point some million people registered this year, what happened to the 4 years interval about the death rates, those people who who are no more in the system, were they removed? So are you saying that over 10 million people moved from move above 18 years within the 4 years? And that could be what impacted on the system, because the data we are looking at in building the technology, test running the beaver or whatsoever, was not accurate. The system was overwhelmed, and we could look at it from politicals in Nigeria, which is becoming a profitable venture. We could look at addressing the weak constitution. We could look at lack of sensitivity and inadequate responses. Then when you look at the turnout this year, it was far less than the years on record. But we are told that we had more number of registered voters this year. Moreover, when you sample opinions, you see people telling you that Nigerians turned out more than other years. So the question is, what is going on? What is actually going on? Because all these things are not adding up. That turns out to the fact that we need to get this data right. We need to get our data right. From there, the technology will fit in. Even if we are to do manual counting, or even if we are to do the capturing and electronic transmission, if that data is not right, then that's where we start having the hiccups, the agitations, and people going to court and all that. But again, I think we can still get it right when we get the data right.
Thank you so much, Sebastian Obeta, for joining us on the conversation this beautiful day.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Tech Hub, for a smarter you.